investigation tonight about the missing woman from Fowler.
We need to talk about your balls.
Liquid Death Mountain water will murder your thirst.
For the next few minutes, you're going to live in the stubborn puzzles of an old-fashioned mystery.
In ancient days, the man with the best beard was in charge. But in modern times, nothing's f***ing changed.
Welcome to the program.
All right. We are live on a Sunday night. What is going on, everyone? Hopefully you are having a great weekend. Welcome to the stream. Tonight we are broadcasting live from a forest. Seems to be a theme. As you can see, we got Mr. Ghostface in the house. How you doing? Ghostface, let me ask you a question. Did you do that to that survivor? Huh? What happened, man? Let me guess. He dropped that pallet on you, didn't he? He probably flashlight stunned you too, didn't he? And now you're just leaving him laying there? You slugging him? You slugging him, Ghost? Mm-hmm. I see you, man. You're not supposed to do that. Hey, what's up, Lexi? Naughty Ghostface. I understand it, man. I know, it doesn't feel good, does it? To get a pallet smacked in your face and then to get flashlight stunned. I can understand your pain. But today, I saw this video, and I think it's a really good video. And I wanted to share it with you guys, and I'm going to react to it live. I did look over it, but there's still some things I'd like to say about it. And it kind of goes with this right here. You got the survivor side. They hate the killers. And you got the killers who hate the survivors, right? And it's this ongoing feud. You could even call it a civil war, just like the video title that I'm about to show you guys says. It is kind of like that, right? You got a giant community, and they're at war with each other inside, internal, because both sides have grown to hate each other. And we're going to talk about it a little bit. So, hey, Ghosty, listen, man, pick the guy up. Go put him on a hook. All right? Go put him on a hook, man. You've proven your point. All right? And we're going to come back and we're going to check on you later. But as for now, okay, now, this is the video I wanted to look at with you guys, all right? And for those of you who are not here right now, you can always go back and look at this live later, and you can see my reaction to this, okay? Now, this guy's name is Kobo Kaba, all right? He's a pretty small channel, but he's been growing really fast, because I saw him when he was way lower than this. Way lower. Hey, what's up, Michael? I'm late. Hey, I wasn't even supposed to be here today. Thank you very much. I was going to take the night off, but I decided to go ahead and hop on. But listen, this guy, if you guys like this guy's content, give him a sub and check out some of his other videos, because he's actually got a lot of videos I wanted to share with you guys for a while now. I just haven't gotten around to it. But he made this one recently, and I really like it. There's some things I'm going to talk about. I don't agree with every single thing that he says, but that's okay, right? We're not going to agree on everything. But I think overall it's a great video. Now listen, Kovo Kava, if you see this, which you probably won't, but if you do, and you don't like the fact that I'm reacting to your video, let me know. I'll take this live stream down. That's just out of respect, all right? Because the time it would have probably taken for me to ask you, and I'm kind of doing this on the fly, I just didn't want to have to wait, so I just went ahead and I decided to do this. But just let me know if you got a problem with it, all right? And out of respect, I'll take it down. But this is going to be my thoughts on this video. So without further ado, let's watch it. And we need to rewind this back. All right, so here we go. This is called The Dark Side of DBD, the civil war that's tearing the community apart.
Forget perks, forget the meta. The real fight in Dead by Daylight isn't happening on your screen, it's happening in your head. It's that hot flash of anger when a survivor teabags you at the exit gate, or when a killer face camps you on your very first hook. It feels personal, doesn't it? As if their goal wasn't just to win, but to make you miserable. Today, we're exploring why it feels that way and exposing the psychological civil war that has been tearing this community apart from the very beginning. Now, before we dive in, I want to be clear that these are just my opinions and observations. I'd love to hear yours in the comments if you agree or disagree. I've seen this divide firsthand as a new YouTuber. If I make a video that doesn't explicitly favor one side, my comments will inevitably be filled with people claiming I'm blatantly killer or survivor sided, normally both at the same time, somehow. It's the perfect example of the us versus them mentality that we're talking about today.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pause here as much as I can, because, you know, when you're watching someone else's content, you kind of have to do that to add your own take on it, right? So first of all, I want to say these are going to be my opinions. So just like him, I like the fact that he said these are his opinions. You know, it seems like this day and age, you can't have an opinion anymore without people losing their cool. And yeah, I have my opinions, and he's right. Like a lot of times people want you to be on one side or the other. And I think the most important thing is that you take the side of the overall, you know, the overall health of the game. What's good for the game as a whole, not one side or the other. And I try my hardest to do that, although sometimes I may sound like I'm being biased one way or another. But if you watch my streams enough, you'll be able to tell that if I'm on the survivor side, I probably sound like I'm being survivor biased. If I'm on the killer side, I probably sound like I'm being killer biased. I mean, that's how you're going to sound when you're playing on that side, but that doesn't mean that that's your overall view or your overall scope of how you see the game. So always remember that, because tensions run high when you're playing the game, right?
Dead by Daylight is, at its core, an asymmetrical horror game. 4 survivors, 1 killer. That imbalance goes so much deeper than just the numbers. Because the roles are so fundamentally different, most players naturally tend to lean to one side, even if they say they don't. This creates a fundamental split in the experience and perspective that has bred a bitter us versus them mentality. This isn't just a game of cat and mouse anymore. For many, it's a zero-sum battle where one side's fun has to come at the expense of the others. When I was in the military, I used to serve on submarines. We had an analogy that when the boat went underwater, everyone's joy was stored in an invisible balloon. The only way to fill or refill your balloon was to take it from someone else. It's a terrible way to think, and I believe that for DBD, it applies to a lot of players. Every single match becomes a proxy fight in a bigger war, where you're not just representing yourself, you're representing your entire role, where your fun entirely depends on hurting the other side. That echo chamber is the perfect breeding ground for toxicity. What you see as a desperate last-ditch play, your opponent sees as a deliberately cruel strategy. A lot of times, one side will bring the negative experiences of a previous match into their next one, making an effort to be toxic to the other side as pay.
I will say, man, like, I don't do this, okay? That's one thing I can say about myself. I do not do this. When I'm on the killer side and survivors decide to be like that, they're teabagging, they're doing all their little cute stuff to try to get a rise out of me. I don't do it in return. You know, I'm not trying to get vengeance. I get what he's saying here because it is true. I'm sure this is what happens a lot. But I can say, for one, I don't do this. And the same thing on the survivor side. If a killer is shaking his head at me, or he's doing some really nasty tactics where he's just blatantly trying to make the experience on the survivor side miserable, I still won't take time out to, you know, teabag or try to be toxic, you know, leave a nasty message at the end of the match or anything like that. I just play the game. I might say my piece here live with you guys. You might hear me say some stuff, but I don't let that translate over into the game or into the chat at the end of the game. I don't do that. Once the game is over, it's like, okay, next, you know, that's me. But a lot of people are doing exactly what he's saying right here.
Payback for a completely different game. Since the game gives you almost no way to communicate, these misunderstandings just boil over. They turn into assumptions and rage in the endgame chat. What you're left with is a community where the line between playing to win and launching a personal attack is hopelessly blurred. People aren't just trying to win the match, they're trying to win an argument, to prove that their side is the one that's really suffering. I think that last point is really important to point out. Everywhere you look, the argument doesn't appear to be what's better for the game as a whole. It's an argument over who's suffering the most to hopefully try and avoid behavior's wildly inconsistent balancing decisions.
Yeah, I think he's right about what he's saying here, except for I do think that there is also a pretty good size amount of players that they just want to be toxic, man. It wouldn't matter if this game was perfectly balanced in the vision of the community, right? If the whole community could agree and say, man, the game is in such a great place for both sides, do you think that there still wouldn't be this stuff going on? Like, there's some people that's their whole, like, that's what they want. They get off on the fact of making the experience miserable for the other side. I mean, it's like cheaters, right? That's their whole point. There's no reason to cheat in a game because you're not fooling yourself, right? You can't fool yourself. You know you're cheating. You're not gaining anything out of it other than the expense of the other side having a miserable experience, and you enjoy doing that to people. That's really the only thing that makes sense. What's up, Sam? How you doing, man? You can react videos as long as you break it up and talk. Yeah, Michael, I know. That's what we're gonna do as much as I can. I mean, I don't want to just speak for the sake of speaking, but like I said, if he doesn't like me doing this, he can just put it in the comments or send me an email or just let me know, like, hey, next time, you know, I prefer you not to, whatever. I'm cool with that, and I'll take it down. It's not a big deal. But yeah, you're not gonna, like, it doesn't matter how much we point this stuff out and how many videos we make about it. There are people that just enjoy ruining other people's experience, and there's nothing you can do about it. But what he's saying here, he's right. A large amount of it is this, but again, I'm just saying, there's people always going to do this stuff, right?
It's almost like people are crying that their side is worse out of fear of getting nerfed even further. Today, I want to dive into the eyes of both roles and explore what they're feeling. If you're a main of one side, try to leave that mentality by the curb and hear me out. This isn't an attack, just a series of observations. First, let's step into the blood-soaked boots of the killer.
I really like this. This is important, and he's going to go into it. He's going to describe the experience, what it's like on the killer side, and then he's going to talk about the survivor side. And he's also going to tell you to play both sides. And this is what I try to preach. If you are a survivor main, and that's all you like to play, and you haven't, and maybe every once in a while you'll hop on the killer side. Maybe you have like a favorite killer that you hop onto every once in a while or whatnot, and you play, you know, casually on the killer side. I would say you really need to give it more time, and you really need to try all the different killers. So that way you can get a really good perspective of what it's like to play as all those killers, man. So that way you can really get a good understanding of how they feel. You know, how does it feel? And the same thing goes the other way around. If you're a killer main and all you enjoy doing is playing killer and you barely really touch the survivor side, get over there and try it. And he's going to cover that, but I'm just kind of reinforcing it because it's important. It's very, very important.
Load into the trial, you're supposed to be a one-person army, an unstoppable force, but you're also completely, utterly alone. The second the match starts, the pressure is on. You're not just another player, you're the game's engine. You have to create pressure, juggle objectives, and hunt down 4 other people who are all working together against you.
Yep.
For a killer, there are no quiet moments, no safety.
Nope.
It's a relentless cycle of finding, chasing, and protecting, all at the same time. And that's where the psychological toll really kicks in. Survivors have a team. If one of them messes up, someone else can cover for them. But if you, the killer, make one bad play, that could be the whole game right there. A bad map can feel like you're fighting a losing battle from the first second. Now, let's add the other players into the mix. A little flashlight click, a teabag at a dropped pallet, or a hyper-coordinated bully squad doesn't just feel like gameplay. It feels like a personal taunt. It feels like mockery. In those moments, the game stops being about generators and hooks, it becomes a battle of wills, a struggle to avoid humiliation. This is exactly why tactics like tunneling, focusing on one survivor to get them out fast, and camping, guarding a hooked survivor, are so common.
I will say though, he's right. I mean, I agree with what he's saying here, but I will also say that the tea bagging and all that extra stuff, I call it cute. You know, they're trying to be cute. It's also a strategy, though, to be fair. A lot of times a survivor will do that to entice the killer to chase, which a smart killer is going to be able to recognize that, and he's not going to chase. In fact, if you're a killer and you see a survivor sitting there teabagging you and flashing his flashlight at you, do not take that chase unless it makes really good sense to do so, because they're trying to distract you. They're trying to get you to waste time. And I think that's the big part of this, right? Time. You spend 20, 30 seconds chasing after someone. That's 20, 30 seconds that the other 3 have on generators. If they're all stacked on one generator, that generator can get done in just that short amount of time. So there's a little more to it than what he's saying here, but at the same time, I understand what he's saying. That makes sense.
To a survivor, it feels cheap and toxic, but to the killer, it's often a desperate answer to overwhelming pressure. When gens are popping left and right, taking one player out of the 4v1 equation is sometimes the only path to victory. This is especially relevant recently, as many players can attest to the rapidly decreasing gen times across the board.
Boom. Right there. That right there is probably one of the biggest issues that this game has right now. The gen speed. It's obnoxiously fast. And it's like I've been saying the last few days, as a killer, you feel like when you spawn into the game, you don't even just feel like it, it's a fact. The odds are against you. As soon as you spawn in, the survivors have the upper hand. Period. And anyone who tells you anything different, they're full of it. They're not being sincere. That is how it is currently. Because you're going to spawn on the other side of the map in most cases. Sometimes you'll have survivors that spawn kind of close to you, but in most cases, they're all the way across the map. And they spawn near each other and they spawn next to a generator. Okay? So that's why I tell everybody, listen, if you're on the killer side, you better be using Lethal Pursuer so that way you don't waste any time trying to figure out where they are, because you're losing every second. It is very detrimental to you, whether or not you're going to win or lose the match. So Lethal Pursuer is almost a must at this point, right? But even with that, there's 4 survivors. 2 of them could hop on one gen. The other 2 could move around a little bit, get onto another gen. And by the time you put pressure on the one that's the closest that you can get to first, the other 2 survivors could still be knocking out a generator. So a lot of times what you'll see is, I'll get to that first generator, I'll down the survivor, I'll hook them. I mean, with Ghostface, it's a very fast process. If I can get the mark, boom, one shot, hook nearby, hook them, and guess what? As soon as I land that hook, boom, generator's done. That's even while putting pressure. So the killer is always trying to look for a way to shift the momentum, to get the upper hand, to turn the tide in his favor, right? And that's where, like he's saying here, the pressure comes in, and then some killers may feel like, okay, I've got to get somebody out of this game. I see the opportunity. If I tunnel him, I get it. I get what he's saying here. And he's right. It is about the gen speeds. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
I can attest that even with an incredibly fast chase in the beginning of the game, I'll normally lose at least 1 generator, and more often than not 2 generators by the time the first person is hooked.
Boom. Yeah, he just said it right there. And he's right. Think about that. 1 to 2 generators by the time you hook the first person. And when they had when they tried to put this new update out in the PTB, they said they were going to punish killers if they killed a survivor before 6 hooks. Do you realize how crazy that is?
This adds to the crushing pressure of playing the role, feeling like when you play fair, you lose. When you feel like you're losing control, tunneling isn't about being mean, it's about survival. It's a logical response to a brutally punishing game, yet killers get shamed for using the tools they need to actually win. Now, let's flip the coin and look at the survivor experience, specifically for those in solo or duo queue.
Okay, now he says specifically for those in solo or duo queue. And I understand why he's saying that, right? He's not so focused on the Swifts. And I'll tell you why. He's gonna focus in on the solos and duos because they are the ones who have the hardest time. Swifts, who actually know how to play the game well, it's not even in most cases it's hardly even a competition. They're probably going to win more than they lose, and there's no problem there, right? They have a spectacular chance in winning. But the problem is that those people are also part of the people that complain and say that the game is killer-sided. Not all of them, obviously, but there's a lot of them, right? I kind of feel like you have to put that into the equation. It has to be there because it's a big part of the game. I don't know, like, how a lot of people try to make it sound like Swifts or, the minority. Maybe they are, maybe they are. But I feel like in a game like this, you're probably going to have a pretty large portion of people that are going to be playing with their friends, right? They're going to be on comms. So I would say maybe it's not always a 4 stack, but I would say a 3 stack is probably very common. And duo, like he's actually talking about duo. So that's going to be a big number of people, right? I feel like in a game like this, there's probably more people than you think on comms.
I'll know the coordinated 4-person bully squad can feel like a force of nature, but for the vast majority of players, you load in not as a force of nature, but as prey. I think it's important to make that point very clear. Most of the time, killers are facing either solo queue or duo queue survivors. Not everyone is in a coordinated squad.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it depends. I think this really solely depends on the matchmaking. You guys watch me play. You guys see what kind of squads I get. A lot of them are Swifts. A lot of them. I would say that the majority of the matches I have are probably Swifts, because I play a lot of matches. I would say at least like 50-50. You know, somewhere in there. I would say at least. And oh, okay. Oh, you guys couldn't hear me in the headquarters. Oh, shit. Sorry. But I think that this comes down to your ability, right? Like, if you're a really good killer, the matchmaking system is going to pitch you against probably the high MMR Swift lobbies, because if they're online and they're winning more games than they're not, and you're a good killer, there's probably a good chance that you're going to get matched with those people versus another killer who may not be, you know, maybe new to the game or may not have very many wins or kills under his record, right? So I think this is very finicky here. It could be this way for a lot of people, but it's not this way for everybody, is what I'm trying to get at.
Squad ready to go out and get the killer. Your default state is vulnerability. While killers are wrestling with pressure, survivors are dealing with the stress of fear and powerlessness. Well, more so powerlessness. DBD kinda loses its fear factor after the first dozen hours or so. But that heart-pounding feeling when the terror radius swells while you're on a gen is a huge part of the game. But so is the feeling of being completely and utterly helpless. That's the point, after all. There are a few things in gaming as frustrating as getting caught, hooked, and left for dead. Not only did you fail, but now you're a liability to your team. As you hang there, you can do nothing but watch. You watch the killer stand right in front of you, making sure no one can save you. Or even worse, you watch your teammates abandon you, or just disconnect, dooming the entire match.
So, okay. I understand what he's saying, okay? But let's be fair. Out of all the matches you guys see me play on the survivor side, how many times does the killer actually stand right by the hook? How many times did I get tunneled out and then the killer just stands by the hook and watches over me? The only time I really see them do that is if we're down to like 1 gen, right? We're about to win the game and the killer hasn't killed anybody yet. And he happens to down somebody right when we pop the last gen, right? And then he hooks that guy and he's just like, you know what? Fuck it. I lost the game, but I'm going to at least get this 1 kill, right? So then he camps the hook. Now you see that. But as far as what he's describing right here, this is not what you're not going to see this every game. It's not going to be like this for you every game, even in solo queue.
For solo players, again, who are a majority of the player base, that feeling is 10 times worse. You are completely at the mercy of 3 strangers and 1 opponent with no real way to coordinate. You have to hope that the people you're queued up with actually help you. From that perspective, the sweaty killer who tunnels you out of the game at 5 gens isn't just playing to win. It feels like they're actively trying to ruin your game. When you're on the receiving end, it doesn't feel strategic, it feels personal. It feels like punishment for being found first. This is why survivors have created their own unwritten rulebook for how a killer should play. They expect the killer to share the hooks, not camp, to give everyone a fair chance. And when a killer breaks those sacred unwritten rules, the survivor feels like their anger is justified. The cycle just keeps going. Both sides feel like the victim, and both sides feel like their toxic behavior is just a fair response to the other. This deep-seated rivalry is something almost every player has felt. We've all had that one match that left us fuming. If this is hitting home for you, think about subscribing. We're trying to build a community here that looks at all sides of the games we play, to get the why behind all the frustration. And again, if you agree or disagree with me, please let me know in the comments. I'm always learning and I love to see what I miss in these discussions. So what's really fueling this endless war? It's more than just hurt feelings, it's built on a few core pillars that are baked right into Dead by Daylight's DNA. First, as we talked about, is role identity. Players don't just play a role, they become it. This creates a powerful in-group and out-group, a tribal mindset where anything that helps the enemy feels like a direct attack. You can see this most often in patch notes, where according to the community, a patch can be blatantly killer-sided and survivor-sided at the same time. It's a sense of tribalism and negativity bias that we're born with as humans. Second, there's ambiguity and anonymity. The game gives you almost no context for anyone's actions. The killer who tunneled you? Maybe they did it because your team was just seconds away from finishing the last gen. But you'll never...
Well, the killer who just tunneled you, maybe he tunneled you because you were just a few seconds away from finishing the last gen. I mean, that's your context right there. If you're on the survivor side and you guys are down to 1 gen and a killer tunnels you, you really don't, you know, I'm not trying to sound facetious or anything, but that's your indicator right there, right? Of course that killer's feeling the pressure. Of course that killer is panicking and probably just trying to get a kill, at least. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you're on the killer side and every single survivor makes it out, it is one of the most demoralizing, terrible feelings you could feel playing a game. All right? Because you feel like an absolute failure. You can't help but like pick yourself apart. Like you're just like, my God, I must be really bad at this game. Like I must, I'm not good with this killer. And it doesn't even matter if you just had a game before that and you annihilated the lobby in under 5 minutes. It doesn't even matter. When you're having a really bad game like that and all 4 people get out, it never feels good, man. Never. So I understand what he's saying because there's no comms in the game as a solo queue, right? You can't hear what's going on the killer side. You can't hear what's going on with your teammates. I get what he's saying, but also know you can get the context by paying attention to what's happening in the game, right? So to be fair, you're down to 1 gen and nobody's been killed on your team yet, and the killer decides to tunnel somebody out. That's pretty easy to understand what happened there, right?
Or no, you'll just assume they were a jerk, and anonymity just pours gasoline on that fire, letting people act way more aggressively than they ever would face to face. Third is the community's relationship with bugs and balance. Whenever a new bug or balance change pops up, it becomes another weapon in the Civil War. For example, look at the chaos in the summer of 2025. One update turned the clown into a speed demon, making him nearly impossible to escape.
This was a big one, right? The clown. Everybody was saying that there was no way to counter him. You couldn't beat him. It was just obnoxious and just no way to beat him. We went against him and we won. You could beat him. You could beat him. He wasn't being compared to the nurse. He wasn't being compared to Ghoul. At least he shouldn't have been. You could still use pallets on him. You could still use stealth on him. You could still counter him. You just had to play different. That's the biggest thing. You had to play differently. You couldn't play him like you do all the other killers that you've been playing, right? You have to adapt. So yes, he was good in chase. He was really good in chase. But there was even a YouTuber who literally is like, he is a clown main, and he literally like broke it down, the scientific, like broke it into science, man, like the percentages and everything. And the difference between the before clown and then the after clown was so minor. It was nowhere near as powerful as they were trying to make it out to be. And now he got hit with the nerf. I don't even know if you can call it a nerf though, because they up the pink bottles, they down the yellow bottles, and I think if you mix them together, you can still be. He's still viable. I think. I haven't really played him much since the update, but it's if you can have a killer in the game with the power of nurse, right? And then who's the other killers they always point out? Blight, Nurse, Spirit. And then you have a killer like the clown who was pretty strong in chase with his speed. If he doesn't surpass the power of the nurse, why is that a problem? If this new killer that we got now, the Crossu, or however you say it, they're comparing her to the nurse and to Blight and to the Spirit. Okay, if you want to make that comparison and you really believe that they're in line with each other and you want to call her an S-tier killer, okay. Why is that a problem though? So what you're saying is Nurse, Blight, Spirit, and whatever other S-tier killers there are, those are the ones that need to stay in S-tier, and solely those killers in S-tier. No other killers are ever allowed to get to that level. Is that what you want? And you know what happens when you do that? We face the same killers over and over and over again. That's what happens. Because when the pressure is on, people are going to choose the killers that can compete.
Survivors saw it as a totally unfair advantage. They used this balancing to point out behavior's blatant killer bias that they could make a character so busted. At the very same time, exploits using the perk Streetwise were letting some survivors get infinite item charges. Killers saw this as blatant game-breaking cheating, and they even pointed to behavior's blatant survivor bias that they didn't kill switch the perk as soon as it became known that it was bugged. In both cases, players felt like the other side was getting away with murder, and developer delays in fixing these issues only made everyone angrier. It erodes trust, not just between players, but with the developers themselves. Finally, you have the unwritten rulebooks. Yes, rule books, as in plural. Both sides have their own subjective and often conflicting ideas of what honorable play looks like. Survivors shouldn't teabag, killers shouldn't tunnel.
Right there. Now, this is the part of the video where I hard disagree with this comparison. Let's look at that again.
Of what honorable play looks like. Survivors shouldn't teabag, killers shouldn't tunnel.
Survivors shouldn't teabag. Killers shouldn't tunnel. That's I don't know, man. If that's the rule books that we're trying to say that's what's going, like, you can't compare teabagging to tunneling. Tunneling is an actual strategic way for the killer to shift the tide of the game. If you're just asking, look, listen, if you're on the survivor side and your problem with the killer is tunneling, asking the killer to stop tunneling, if he did that, okay, fine. All killers stop tunneling, right? Is that going to have an effect on wins and losses, the win-loss ratio for the killer side? I would say yeah. Right? Killers are going to start losing a lot more games, right? At the higher level, especially in the high MMR matches, right? If survivors stop teabagging, is that going to change the ratio of wins and losses on the survivor side? No. Right? Zero effect. So it's kind of like, yes, teabagging, you could view it as a strategy in the sense of like you're trying to taunt a chase, right? You're trying to induce the killer to chase you, right? Sure, you could say that. But if all survivors stop teabagging, is that really going to affect the outcome of the game, like killers not being able to tunnel at all? I would say no. So I don't think that's a fair comparison. I think that there's a lot of things that survivors do that killers just don't say anything about it. You know, killers don't complain about it, like survivors being able to take hits for each other. It's not enough as a killer that I got to down you 3 times. It's not enough that I have to hit you twice to down you, and then I have to hook you 3 times if we're playing just 12 hooking, okay? If we're talking about just 12 hooking. It's not enough. They have perks where they can take hits. Their fellow team members can take hits for them, and I've seen that even in solo queue. That's not, you don't have to be on comms. A good solo queue player can look at that UI, see what's going on. They know that that person is in chase, they're injured. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try to take that hit. That can happen even in a solo queue squad. Right? Survivors bunching up around somebody when they're injured and they're trying to get out the gates, and the killer pretty much lost the match and he's just trying to get at least 1 kill before it's all over with, and they all just bunch around that last guy and there's nothing the killer can do because he's being body blocked while they're teabagging on the way out. Like, there is things that killers don't like that survivors do, but there's no rule book. What rule book? Have you ever seen a killer at the end of a match type into the chat and say, "Survivors, why you body blocking? Survivors, why y'all using all these gen regressing perks? Survivors, how come when you guys had 4 gens done, you hurried up and finished that last gen when I haven't even gotten a hook yet?" You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't see that. Now, you might see a killer go off on the survivors and just say, talk shit because they're angry that they lost. You'll see that. But it's never like a specific thing, right? It's always just them angry. But survivors, when they say something in the end chat, it's going to be a perk that the killer's using. That's the issue. It's going to be tunneling. It's going to be slugging. It's going to be camping a hook, right? I'm just saying, this is just from my observation as playing this game. This is what I have seen. So if it's different for anybody else, fine. But that's what I'm seeing.
These aren't real rules. When someone violates the other side's code of honor, they get branded as toxic. The conflict escalates over what is, at the end of the day, just someone trying to win in a PvP game. So, are we just doomed to an endless cycle of salt? Probably, but not necessarily. The road to a healthier community isn't about deciding which side is right, it's about empathy. The single best way to bridge this gap is to simply walk a mile in the other role's shoes. If you're a killer main who's convinced that all survivors are toxic, go play solo survivor for a week. Feel the helplessness of getting tunneled out of the match with no recourse. If you're a survivor main who thinks all killers are sweaty tryhards, go play killer. Feel the crushing stress of trying to manage 4 opponents at once. Understanding the pressure the other side faces is the first step to tearing down that us versus them wall.
100% on that. You definitely need to play the other side so you can get an understanding. That's probably the most important thing out of all of this, for sure. So are you going to play as killer today as usual? Yeah, I might hop on a little bit of killer. I didn't plan on streaming too long today. I saw this video and I was just like, man, I want to share this. I want to get on here and talk about it because I think that he does hit some very good points here. You know, nobody's going to make a video and say everything perfectly, right? And I could be misunderstanding some of the things he's saying here, but overall, this video is hitting a lot of nails on the head, especially this one right here. This is the biggest key to all this mess. If you haven't experienced both sides for a good amount of time, your perception is going to be off. It's not going to be accurate. And you're going to misunderstand a lot of things that are happening. Now, listen, again, there are some people in this world who thrive on misery by making other people miserable. You cannot eliminate that. There's always going to be people like that, no matter what you do. And I think that, and we've seen it here live. We've seen some killers do some really nasty stuff just on purpose. You know, slugging the entire team, letting them bleed out, you know, standing over their bodies, you know, shaking their heads and just being as nasty as possibly can be, right? And you can tell it's purposeful. Like it's not, it was just a strategy. No, you did it on purpose. Okay? So it's not just the survivors doing some really ugly stuff. It is the killer side as well. But I think overall, everybody needs to have a healthy understanding of both sides and feel what it's like to be on both sides. 100%.
And it's important to note, as I'm sure many people would let me know in the comments otherwise, if you don't play this role frequently, you're likely not getting the full experience of it. Most mains will have a much higher skill-based matchmaking rating, making all the matches they play way more sweaty and frustrating. It's important to keep this in mind when trying the opposite side. On the developer side, fast and clear communication about game-breaking bugs is critical. Recent roadmaps and quicker responses show a move in the right direction, even if behavior stumbles now and again.
Well, I mean, to a degree, right? Because you can't expect them to just like come up with solutions instantly. They do need to have time to think things through. I think, honestly, to be fair, if I'm really looking at this whole situation as a whole, I think a lot of times behavior gets pressured into making quick choices with big issues. You know, like they feel the heat from the community and then they feel forced to just hurry up and put something out. And you know, I don't know much about developing. I don't know what goes into it. I don't know how long all that stuff takes, but I feel like if something needs to stay in the oven for a minute to get a better, you know, a better cooked meal, for the lack of better words, let that shit cook. You know, let it cook. And quick responses, I mean, it shouldn't even be on that. It should all be based on what comes out of that oven, right? And I think right now, behavior is just being like pushed left and right. And they just don't know where to find, like, how can they make both sides happy, right? I don't know, man. I don't know all the ins and outs, you know. I'm not in their offices. I can't hear what they talk about. I don't know what they discuss. But I have to be honest and say that it's probably not as easy as people make it sound, right? Because they have to weigh all the, who knows what kind of hate they get, man. Who knows? You know? I'm not trying to, like, you know, I'm not trying to stick up for them in that sense. Like, I'm trying to say they're doing everything right. I'm not saying that, but it's probably not as easy as people think, you know, like most things in life.
And again, and again. But the community has a job to do too. We have to collectively shift away from a culture that calls winning strategies toxic. Tunneling is frustrating, but it isn't a moral failing. Using a strong meta perk isn't cheating. We have to learn to separate the player from the play style.
You see how, you notice how he talked about the tunneling right there, but he didn't talk about the teabagging that the survivors do. It's because it's a non-issue. It doesn't correlate into this, right? He brought up the tunneling again, but he didn't bring up the teabagging because there's no point to. It's not a real solid strategy that's going to win you more games. It's something that you can use, and maybe it works on some people, but it's not something that's going to give you a guaranteed shift in the tide, right? Where tunneling can guarantee you a shift. That's the difference.
The Civil War in Dead by Daylight was never really between killers and survivors. It's a war between perspectives, fueled by a game that is precision engineered to create intense, personal, and often deeply frustrating emotions. It's a battle fought in the in-game chat, on Reddit, and in our own minds long after the trial is over. The friction comes from both sides feeling completely misunderstood and disrespected by the other. Ultimately, winning or losing one match means nothing. What really matters is our ability to remember that on the other side of that screen is another person just like you, trying to find some fun in a messy, stressful, and chaotic game. Bridging that empathy gap is the only way to truly win the psychological war that's trying to tear this community apart. So I'll leave you with this question. What's one moment in the game where you truly, finally understood the frustration of the person on the other side? Share your story in the comments below. Again, I welcome any feedback, but I'd really like to hear about a time that your eyes were open to the other side's struggles, even if just a little bit. Thank you, and I'll see you in the fog. Second, there's ambiguity and anonymity.
All right, we're gonna end it there. Listen, overall, a really good video. You know, I wasn't trying to nitpick, but it's just some of the things that I saw a little bit different. You know, I'm just putting my 2 cents in. You don't have to agree with anything I said. Those were just my opinions, but man, good video overall. He kind of understands the bigger picture, right? For the most part. So Kobo Kaba is his name. If you'd like, give him a sub. I can't on this because I'm under my YouTube thing, but I got him on my phone with my other account. And I just want to say thank you to him for making this video, because it's better than a lot of these other videos being made about this game. And I think overall, you're not going to be able to stop. Hold on a second. All right, hold on, guys. I got to do something here real quick. What's up there, Ghostface? Just work came up, so now I am back. Hey, welcome back, Lexi. Welcome back. Ah, man, I don't know how to, Hold on, let me try something. Sorry about that. I don't have my microphone set up on that other page, so I'll get that fixed for Monday. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure everything out. We're trying to improve everything on the channel. But yeah, that was the headquarters, and yeah, we just found that place. It's a cheap little place, but hey, listen, humble beginnings, right? All right. I don't know who all is on today. If nobody's on, I guess I'll just start by doing some killer runs. I'm going to attempt that challenge again with Ghostface. Not today, but I will next week at some point. I'm not done. I'm not done. We got so close. We were one away from a victory. And I know we can do it. I just gotta... I don't want to do it right away though, and it's Sunday. I didn't even plan on being on here long. I wanted to share that video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think he did a fantastic job on it. Bro, have you discussed that with Mike as you mentioned on the last chat on Discord? Yeah, we're working on it. I'm going to discuss it with him further. I mentioned it to him, but he's been busy in real life, and I've been busy as well. So we're gonna have to, we'll continue to work on it, man. I promise. Everything is going to continue to get worked on when it comes to this channel, and eventually we'll get it into a better spot. But you just got to remember, I can't dedicate all of my time to this yet. The channel needs support, right? And as the community grows, hopefully this channel will receive enough support to where I can dedicate more time to it, and also to where Mike can dedicate more time to it as well. But as of right now, we both work day jobs. We have to make ends meet, and we try to do what we can, you know? So. Okay. All right, now which killer do we want to run? Well, I want to run Myers some more. I didn't get a chance to really play him as much as I'd like. No worries, just take your time. That's what's up, Lexi. I appreciate the patience. Oh, I gotta fix my Twitch chat too. That should be okay. Okay, we got Myers up. He is currently on a 5 streak, which, after watching that video, it does kind of make me think and kind of look at myself when I play this game. And like yesterday's stream, for example, right? It was pretty rough. Like, I got upset a lot yesterday. I wasn't even having fun anymore at that point. I was letting the game just get under my skin really badly. I'm going to turn off my cam for just a second, guys. Because I do smoke. I'm going to try to stop smoking here real soon. I just don't like to do it on stream. Uninvited just followed. Well, thanks for the follow, man. It does kind of make me look at myself and evaluate myself, and I'm not happy with how I've been kind of letting the game get me to act in the moods it's put me in. That's why yesterday, I kind of just said, okay, I need to get off this game, because it's not, when you're not having any fun and you're just getting extremely frustrated, and it starts to just feel like almost like work, right? Like it may be even worse than work in that sense. It's just not, it's not healthy to keep playing like that, right? So I need to work on that myself too. But like I said, I don't go into a game trying to get revenge for the last game or anything like that. And I don't follow the hive-mindedness of teabagging and shaking my head and all that silly stuff. I don't. But I am a passionate gamer, okay? And tensions do get high sometimes, and I do talk my little stuff here and there, which is okay, but you just don't want to, just don't want to go too far with it. So I'm gonna try to start working on that a little bit. Found you on YouTube. Enjoy your content. Hey, that's what's up, man. Thank you for that. Hey, that means a lot, man. That really does. It means a lot. I'm not just saying that. Yeah, I think you should start Silent Hill, as I have said. I don't know, man. Single player games, they just don't keep my interest very long, man. And to be honest with you, I can't afford to buy a $70 game right now. If I'm being totally honest. Just being real, I'm just being real. I can't. That's why I haven't bought any games recently. I've just kind of been playing what I got. And I'm very blessed to have amazing viewers that have supported and donated games and have really tried to lighten the burden to where I'm able to do some of the stuff that I've been able to do. If it wasn't for them, man, it'd be even worse. I've gone through some hardships in life that have made it really hard for me financially, just being real with you guys. There was a point in my life where I didn't have that hardship for a long time. I was doing really well. And, sometimes in life, man, you can, that's the thing about this life. It's very fragile, right? You can lose pretty much anything. So you just take the L and just try to get back up, and I call it like a wipe. It's like a wipe in some of these PvP games, right? They call it a wipe. Sometimes you just gotta take the wipe and start all over again. And that's okay. I've taken a few of those. They're not easy. Well, what are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna do? Where's this guy? I heard him. What's up, peoples? Decisive strike. It's kind of nasty. Oh, good pre-drop. Smart. Wow. So I can't regress that generator anymore already. That's fantastic. Beautiful. Do I make this hook? Where'd you run off to? These guys are sneaky, man. Guys are very, very sneaky, man. Nope. A lot of pre-dropping going on. Not that time. Wow. That was a mistake. You got boil over? What you been eating? Damn it, I shouldn't have wasted that. That was a waste. That's a kill. Chaos, you're watching another streamer. What does that mean? Oh, that was a mistake. With the tea bag. Now I could just kill you. But nah. We're gonna kill the last one too. Oh, he quit. Oh, how cute. How cute. But you were teabagging though. What happened? What happened, man? Why teabag and then quit? Okay. Okay. Light UO show? Light UO show. What does that mean? Oh, are you saying like your show? Sorry, I know not everybody speaks English fluently. I try to read between the lines. Sometimes I'm slow. P100, huh? Okay. GG's. That's a 6th streak. Let's see. All right, so that's what? 50 kills. Streak of 6. Okay, okay. Is there any killer you guys would like to see? If there's a killer you want me to play, I'll take some requests. Chaos, how you doing? I'm not sure what you meant by that. I'm watching another streamer. If there's a killer you like, I can play. There's a couple of killers I've never played yet, I think. But for the most part, I played most killers. You know what? I might run a Chucky. Kind of feeling a Chucky. If nobody's got a request, I will run Chucky. I'm not very good with Chucky, but I want to get better with him. You ever play Pig? I have, and the Pig is nice. I'm gonna be honest. Between Myers, the Pig, and Ghostface, I'm gonna put, as far as like power and strength, I would put Myers probably first, just because he's got the one-shot down ability, and he can go into stealth. He's basically got Insidious most of the match, right? Or not Insidious, well, Insidious without the claws of movement. So he can go into stealth and stay in stealth right in front of survivors, which is huge. But then right after him, I would go with the Pig, because the Pig can go into stealth standing right in front of a survivor as well. Nothing can break her stealth. And she's got a nasty charge attack. And I just like her overall. I like the killer overall. I like all her stuff. I like the masks. I like all that. And then I would put Ghostface as the weakest stalker, but one of my favorites. He is my favorite. I mean, that's my main, even though he's the most challenging. But yeah, the Pig is up there, man. The Pig is really good. Try one you haven't played, or Demogorgon after Chucky. You love Demo, don't you, Sam? Listen, I do too. I like Demo. I wish they would make him a badass skin, though. You know, out of the skins they have available for him, I'm not impressed. They need to give him a nice skin. But yeah, let's try a Chucky. We'll see how it goes. I'm kind of weak with Chucky because I'm still trying to get good with him. But one thing is for sure, I always have fun playing with him. Oh crap, hold on. There we go. Chucky's at on a 5 streak with 37 kills recorded. How's y'all's weekend? How's everybody's weekend? Hopefully it's great. And thank you guys for tuning in on a Sunday. I wasn't actually going to go live today. I was going to take the day off, but I saw that video and it inspired me, and I wanted to get on here and talk about it. And then I was like, well, might as well play some too while I'm on, right? We'll see how long I stay on. I don't know if I'm going to be on all night, but I'll play Pig, so that'll be the lineup, okay? I'll play Chucky. Then we'll do Demo, and then I'll play Pig. I like to mix it up, man. It's good to jump around, you know, and just get efficient with all the killers. You can learn something. There's always something to learn. And to be fair, I just like a lot of the killers. I really do. It's hard for me to just stick with one killer. Chucky has stealth as well, right? But his stealth is just very short in comparison to other killers, and that's a weakness. But obviously, you know, he is smaller, he's harder to track, and I guess if they would have gave him too good of a stealth, he'd probably be a really tough killer to get around. They have to break his stealth. But if you use it wisely, it can catch them off guard. Nice. I've been playing Pig a bit recently and I'm having a lot of fun. That's what's up, man. The Pig is really fun. Oh my lord, I gotta get used to the third person. Whoa, what was that? What was that? Yoink!
You're mine, shit for brains.
You got yoinked. And there's somebody right back on that generator. Oh, okay, I gotta release it. Oh man, I keep forgetting. Are you sure you want to take that hit? You sure about that? You sure about that? Mm-hmm. This guy. This guy. I don't know what he's teabagging about, but that was a pretty short chase. So I don't know if that was worth it for him. But sure. Oh, man. Almost. Oh, that should have been a hit. That should have been a hit. Come on now, game. I feel like that should have been a hit. Just saying. That felt like a hit to me. Oh, come on. I wasn't even near the pallet. Come on. I was not even near the pallet. That's BS.
Stay down.
Come on now.
Good time.
Nice pre-drop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's gotta hurt. You can't run from me, you stupid shit!
I don't know how he could see me across that damn thing. Oh, I thought there was a pallet. I thought there was a pallet there.
Up you go.
Okay, I mean we're ahead right now.
Good times are coming.
We are definitely ahead right now. Oh, she might get that. Can't regress that any further. Nope. That's why I do that. For that very reason. Because either A, I'm going to hit them, or B, I'm going to body block them to where they can't drop the pallet. That's why a lot of times you'll see me jump or attack right into a pallet. I don't care if there's a survivor there or not. Most cases they try to position themselves to where they can time the pallet. And yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I'd rather take that chance. The hell, I just heard him. Oh.
Don't be a chicken. Take this, dipshit.
That's a kill. Oh, come on, man. We want to see it. I don't like this map. It's too much going on.
You don't look so good.
Alright, the last guy gets out, let him get out.
Don't fuck with the job.
Man, we gotta work with his... They really need to work on his animations. Oh boy, there's the last guy.
That's what you get when you play.
GG's.
Fun, aren't I?
Alright, alright. 85. 24. Okay. Alright, that puts Chucky on a 6 streak. And 41 kills. Recorded. And for a lot of these killers, the recorded kills is actually pretty accurate because I didn't start playing a lot of these killers until we started keeping score. So there's a couple of killers I played a lot before we started keeping score. Like Oni was one of them. I don't have many of his kills recorded. Let me think. Who's another one? Oh yeah, Vecna. Vecna, I didn't record all of his. Springtrap, I played him a little bit before we started recording. But most of all the other killers, maybe Myers a little bit. But most of these killers, man, I didn't really start playing until we started recording, so pretty accurate. Close enough. Alright, Chucky, taking you off. And the demo is next. Alright, alright. And we're working on getting all of these scoreboards, the scoreboard profiles updated to where they're all going to look really badass. We're working on it. It just takes time. It's got to give us time. All right. What's going on, man? Yeah, see, I mean, if you look at these skins they got for him, man, like, I don't know. Like, that just don't even look right. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, that just doesn't look right. I don't know. It looks like just a lot of different things. This one... And this one, really? I really don't like this one. I mean, he's got bloody hands, which is kind of cool. Maybe that looks cool in first person. But I don't know, man. It just looks kind of weird. Like, come on, man. The demo needs some good skins, man. Where's the imagination? Oh, you can use... How does that work? Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know you could mix and match. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, yeah. That you can mix and match, at least. They need to make him look like a beefed up version. You know what I mean? Like, make him look as strong as he actually, you know, presents himself with this crazy scream that he does, man. Because you could really come up with some cool stuff for this guy. I don't know why the skins are so meh. I love the demo because he can deal with pallets. Pretty good. That is something. As a matter of fact, I need to, yeah. And I may mess with his build some. I don't know. Oh, he's on a streak of 7? Damn. I hope I don't mess it up. Not the greatest map, but at least he has the tunnels going on for himself, right? Okay, so they're on that generator, right? Sure. That was dumb. Okay, well, we know they had another group go over here, right? Yeah. I hear you. I don't think getting rid of my tunnels is really worth the effort. That's one thing about his tunnels, man. They take a long time to remove. I just don't know if I would spend the time. I was trying to get back over here. No pallet. Nope. It was a nice attempt, though. I will say that. Wow, where'd the other one go? Oh, she bamboozled me. Yeah, the thing is, he's got amazing mobility. Oh, you guys are trying to get quests done? Ooh. Not a good miss. Oh, Lithe. Lithe for the win. Oh, man. I screwed that up. Damn, we're spreading these hooks. I'm not... at this point, I need to start getting people out of the game. It's not good. Okay, they're back at that gen. No! Oh! I was about to say, dude. Alright, that's one. Yep, that's what I was worried about. Good news is, though, we kind of got us a 3-gen situation here. If I'm being honest, because these 3 gens are set up pretty nice. They're gonna have a hard time. That's 2. Oh, that would have been a beautiful hit right there, though. Let's position her right here. How do I get rid of portals? That's something I need to learn. Damn, he let her die. Got the hatch. The Demogorgon sounds are the best part about the character. I agree. It's awesome. I love it. You're right. That's what really, like, pulls you in, right? Yeah. The sounds are badass. I know, and that's why I say there needs to be a skin that matches those badass sounds. They did a good job with the sounds. I agree. You're right. Man, that's unfortunate that the hatch was an easy hatch right there. All right, so that's what, 31? The Demogorgon streak stays alive. Nice. They need more mythical creatures like it for killers. Yeah, I mean, dude, there's just an endless amount of like this game that you can't run out of content. I mean, you really can't. If you have any imagination or creativity, you could just, man, you could come up with just endless amounts of content. That's why actually there's some things about this game that I cannot believe. After 9 years, 9 years, man, like really think about how long that is, right? Um, 9 years, and this game has a handful of maps, very uninspired maps. The Walking Dead map was an absolute, like, it's damn near borderline like a, I won't say scam, but it feels scammy, right? It's like, what is this, man? What does this map have anything to do with The Walking Dead? You guys took another map and you just reused it and then threw this little broken building on it and you're calling it a Walking Dead map? I couldn't believe that, man. Just very uninspired, just like when I get on that map, I don't think of The Walking Dead. I don't even think about it. It doesn't even cross my mind. It doesn't scream Walking Dead, not one bit. Right? Like, how do you go 9 years and this is the only amount of maps that the game has? That's crazy work, man, when you really think about it. They could have done Alexandria for that map or something, yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, there's so many things they could have done with that map. They put effort into the Resident Evil one, so I don't know why they didn't, yeah. Yeah, you're right. The Resident Evil one, yeah, that one's nice. RPD is nice. Yeah. Like, the Xeno map. Dude. You took a franchise on that's based in space. Right? That's where Alien takes place. In space. And instead of you being creative with it and creating a map like the inside layout of a giant ship and making that flow and letting us relive the insides of that ship that we all know from the movies, you took a ship and plopped it down on a map that you already have. Like just another basic ground level map. You changed the colors of stuff and you just threw a broken ship on it. How cool would it have been to have that map experience in space? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't get it. Increases available reverse bear traps by 1. Increases, okay, death timer by 10 seconds. 10 seconds is removed from the death timer of all active. Okay, so that gives me an extra trap because I lose one here, right? Decreases available reverse bear traps by 2. While crouched, reveals auras of survivors within 16 meters. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Honestly, having that makes me not even need Weave Attunement. I mean, for overkill information, maybe, but I really don't even need it. And yeah, we're not gonna do Hex Ruin and Undying either. We'll go with Surge. I don't know, man. She's kind of a different breed. I don't Oh, yeah, we need Lethal Pursuer for sure. I mean, I feel like Weave Attunement's going to be kind of overkill with her, though. Because with this right here, I could take this away. This is pretty nasty, though. Being able to see survivors whenever I crouch within 16 meters, dude, that's like... That's ridiculous, to be honest, if you think about it. So I really don't need Weave Attunement if I'm going to be running that. I mean, I could take this add-on away. You know what? We'll just run it for now and see how it goes. And if I feel like I need to take and put in maybe some more gen defense or something, I can do that. I don't even know if Surge is the greatest idea for this, but hey, she's got a lot going for her. Yeah, I get you. The maps are very boring, especially for the potential they could do, as you say. Yeah, man. Like, dude, you've got these... You're pulling killers from all these amazing old movies. Dude. Like, sky's the limit, man. Like, you can come up with some environments that will just blow people's minds. You know, I didn't get to play Texas Chainsaw Massacre at all. I didn't get to try it. I'm going to take a little smoke break, so I'm turning my cam off for a second. I didn't get to play the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game at all, but I saw other people play it. The environment, like that map, I don't know if there was just one map or if there was multiple maps, I don't know, but the map that I saw, dude, so good. Like, it was very immersive. You could feel the environment. You could, like, visually it was stunning. And it's like this game, it feels like a lot of these maps just feel like the same thing, just with different colored tiles, right? Different colored objects. Which, I wouldn't really say much about it if this game had only been out, you know, 5 years or 4 years. I wouldn't even say it. Maybe a couple of years, all right? Because 4 and 5 years, you're pushing some pretty good time there, too. But 9 years? 9 years? Man, dude. I don't know. Kind of crazy. Granted, there's, what, 40 killers in the game? Is that what it is? 40? So maybe they put all their attention towards that and haven't really put much, but man, the environment is just as important as everything else. The environment is what is going to give you a whole lot of replayability if people like the environments. I think that's a big part of it. It's bigger than people think. It's not just the skins, it's not just the characters, it's not just all that. The environment is huge. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I think they missed a real opportunity to give us Dracula's castle in the Castlevania chapter. Yeah, again, drop the ball, right? That's what I'm saying. A lot of opportunities that they dropped the ball, it seems. Right? And yeah, I'm gonna try the Halloween game when it drops. I'll try it. Now I have my reservations, you know, I have my doubts on how well that game is gonna go, but I'll try it. And I am excited to try it. Not the best map. I don't like this map. Maybe other killers like this map because of the corn, like you can use it. Maybe with her it won't be so bad, to be honest. Because I'll be able to see them through it when I'm crouched. Like, look at this. Oh, come on! How did I miss that? God bless it. I spent too much time on you already. At this point, I got to. I'm gonna wait to hook. Actually, no. No. You get one now. You get a mask! She's gonna be like, he's headed over there to you guys. They still got a gen done. I gotta put a trap on you too. You get a trap. I gotta quit forgetting. I have a really hard time remembering to put these damn traps on people. It's gonna cost me a damn flashlight stun. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Still got another gen done. Look at that. Pretty wild. Oh, that was a good hit. Uh-huh. Damn it. Trap, man. Trap. Got to put the god dogging trap on him. It's gonna cost me a flashlight stun. Not to mention the amount of time that costs me doing that. It's not good. No way out of here. Great. Good block. Good one. Good block. That was funny. That was hilarious. Sprint burst, man. That shit's nasty. No, you ain't getting back on that gen, homie. That ain't happening. Oh, shit. Oh, he got it. Damn, you guys are getting the masks off quick. This map is not easy for any killer, really. It's just a big map. Big maps are tough, man. Tifa in the building. What was this, dude? What was your play here? I'm not sure what his play was. But maybe counting on the fact that there's no other hooks around. I might make this. Bad idea. Don't heal under hook. You just don't do it. I was not in chase. Why would you heal under the hook? If I had been in chase, I could see that. But I wasn't. Healing under the hook is a big no-no. I thought he was dead. That's why I went for him. They might get this last gen now. That's not good. I gotta get better at reading the UI. I'm not paying enough attention. That could cost me. Severely. Nice. Alright, she's a death. Alright, she's a kill. The lighting is kind of creepy. Okay, he's on his death hook, so he's worth the chase. Even if the other one gets the last gen, doesn't matter. You gotta love it, man. Gotta love those hatches, don't you? Aren't they fantastic? Gotta love them, man. This is a pretty good build. I mean, do I really need Weave Attunement? I mean, it's overkill, but sometimes overkill ain't that bad. It was a big map. These guys weren't bad. They made a few mistakes, you know. It worked. So I mean, I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Kind of how I look at it. I could probably get some more gen defense. Surge might not be the best. I will say that. All right, so we're on a 5 streak with 19. My back hurts. Everyone else's spine needs to be torn out? What? Thank you, thank you. We're keeping a lot of streaks alive today. Yeah, that's true, uninvited, that's true. That actually would be a good one to swap it out for if I was going to swap it out. I agree. I'll go ahead and put it on there, so for next time when we use her, we'll try it out. I can see that being good. Yeah. Yeah, because Weave Attunement was just... It didn't really change the tide of the game much. I have to crouch more without it, but that's fine. I mean, it's kind of like a give and take, right? Because Weave Attunement, a lot of times what happens is the item will drop near hooks. So, you know, I don't have to, you know, I don't hook camp, but to a degree, if there's an item that falls near a hook and that's where I hook somebody at, it gives me constant information and I can see what's happening at that hook, right? And a lot of times the biggest mistake that survivors make is they unhook and then they just start healing right underneath the hook. Now, there's a time for that, but it definitely is not if you don't know where the killer is and the killer is not in chase. That is not a good time to be trying that. Because that tells me one thing. The killer is looking for information. Because if he had the information, he would be chasing somebody, right? If he doesn't have any information, he's going to go with whatever information he can get. And if the only information he has is somebody being unhooked, well, it's exactly where he's going to go. Right? Okay, any killer requests? I have taken on a couple so far. We had the demo, we had the pig, we had, we did Myers to start with. We did, who else did we do? Oh, Chucky. We did Myers, Chucky, demo, then pig, and we kept the streak going on all of them. That's pretty cool, man. Xeno and Clown. Okay. All right. Now, Xeno is a different breed, man. And we are going to switch his over to the build I've been using. Yeah, I'm not sure on his add-ons. He's one of those killers I'm still trying to get a grasp on. His tail attack is kind of a hit and miss. Sometimes I hit some nasty tail attacks, and then other times it's like, how did that not hit? All right, and we must have lost a game because his streak is at 0. So, yeah, I struggle with him, man. I'm not going to lie. I struggle with the Xeno, but he is fun to play, and I will play him for you. Do Clown. They're all going to die. Well, they did change the Clown. They did change him, Tifa. They hit him with the Nerf bat. Now, they didn't hit him to the point where he's not strong. I think he can still be used. He just takes a little more thought now, and you have to mix the bottles. So, we'll see. The Xeno has the coolest screen right here, with his tail coming up like that. They did a good job on this. My two favorites are Demo and Xeno. You can tell the type of characters I like. Yeah, I mean, it's good choices, man. You like the ones that have a lot of character, you know? That's the whole point of these types of killers. They have a lot of character to them. And there's so much they could have done with both of those franchises, actually. Stranger Things and Alien. They need to add Predator, man. I want Predator. I'll be, man, when Predator, the day Predator comes out, dude, that's gonna be, oh my God, I'm gonna play him so much. Even if he's a weaker killer, I will play him until I get good with him. I don't care. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Hello, Steve-O.
Here's Johnny.
That's his strength right there. You trying to be a hero there, Steve-O? No basement. We're gonna have to put some pressure here. We're gonna have to put a little pressure now. They're gonna start popping gens like it's going out of style. Okay, she wants me to chase. I'm only gonna chase because I want to get up here. Yeah. Oh, that was dumb of me. That was dumb of me. That was a unneeded pallet right there. Very, very unneeded. Trying to heal under the hook again. Okay, we gotta make some moves here. Oh, that, why would you do that? Why would you run into the basement? I'm confused. Not quite sure what the logic was there, but okay. Damn it. Okay. Oh, there was a... Oh, there's a... They got one of them booms. Oh, that was terrible. Alright, that's a kill. I don't use the tail unless I see a good opportunity. I think you can get caught up in overusing it. And then you'll just start missing a bunch of tail attacks. Because you feel like, hey, you got the tail, why not use it? Well, in some cases, the basic attack works just fine. What's up, Nick? How goes it? Huh. Not sure how the hell I missed that. Damn, you like this basement. That's two. Steve-O! I didn't mean to even hit that. Alright, Stevie boy. Now you knew you were gonna get that, right? You jump back over the pallet? Why would you do that? It's the Xeno, man. You're not safe over pallets, my friend. Oh, that was way too fast of an unhook. Way too fast there, Michonne. Damn, leaving scratch marks. Devo! What's up, man? Wow, she let him die? Super quick unhook the first time around, then the second time she said, nah. Nah, I'm good. And the hatch. Oh, gosh, dude. It's like I'm beating a dead horse at this point. I'm just gonna ignore hatches. I'm like, whatever. 3K. Cool. Whatever you say, game. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Alright, so we got a win. That's 21. Okay, so there went Xeno. All right, now we said clown. All right, clown it is. God. Look at our clown, man. Isn't he pretty? We'll go ahead and hit him to, actually, no, I don't want to waste that much. We'll just get him to 20. Okay, yeah, I haven't played him much since the update, so I'm going to have to get used to this new delay on his bottles. I did learn a neat trick though. If you throw down a speed bottle after downing a survivor, you can gain that haste to pick them up quickly and take them to a hook quickly. A really good clown the other day showed me a lot of stuff. Like, I watched him and I was the survivor against him, but I picked up on some things he was doing. And I was like, hey, that's pretty smart, man. I never even thought to do that. It's pretty cool. Gray, he is not pretty. Pretty ugly. He's pretty ugly. I like him. Three flashlights, my friend. I mean, your eyes, are you okay, man? Your eyes look like you've been, I think you'll be fine. I don't think those flashlights are gonna bother your eyes, man. I think you got bigger problems. Bait to get you down there for a minute? It's possible, man. Survivors will do some silly things sometimes to gain some time. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't, but... Yeah, I'd like to know what the numbers are on that limited regression, because it feels like ever since they did this update, this new chapter, generators stop regressing real quick. I mean, real quick. I'd like to know the values, to be honest. No. Could have got him. Oh! Oh! They set me up with the locker! That was beautiful. Oh, they gave me a sweat stack, didn't they? I don't see a normal team pulling off a maneuver like that. Oh, my animation wouldn't. My animation didn't get it to me. The animation took too long. That was pretty nasty, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of things had to fall just right. And we got us a quitter. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to use the purple bottles if I don't feel like I need to. And so far, I don't feel like I've had to. So, it is what it is. I guess the clown is still too strong. They're just gonna have to take his yellow bottles away completely. Ooh. I heard you. Oh, I see. That's a kill. That knife looks tingly. What's up, Murderous Mango? How you doing, man? Bill in the building? What's up, Bill? It's still nasty. That's two. GG's. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Are we about to get some clown hate in the little end game chat or no? Yes or no? How many people think yes? Come on, let me know. Let me know. Guess now before I kill this last one. I got a feeling. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. Hey, what's up, Benedict? How you doing, man? All right, here we go. Clown the most hated. Let's see. One more's gotta leave. One more's gotta leave. Three gone. Let's see. He might be typing. He might be sitting there like tick, 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 click, 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 click. Let's see. I'm not leaving until the last one leaves. We'll give him a minute. We'll give him a minute. All right. Two. Oh, he left. He left. No, wait. No. It was at 6? What was it at? Shit. Does anybody know what that was at? What was the number it was at before I just deleted it like an idiot? Was it a 6 or a 7? Somebody let me know, please. There must be a nasty delay. 7. Hey, Cronus in the building. What's up, Cronus? 9. So we're at 11. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know, man. How you been? And we're going to have to shrink the 11 a little bit. And there we go. 211. That's weird. That's actually a number that pops up in my life a lot. What's up, Eric? How you doing? 46, Mike? 46? 46. How y'all doing this on this Sunday night? Oh, you meant 6. Oh, was it a 6? It was a 6? Okay, so then that means I'm at 10. Okay. I'm not trying to cheat. Put it to 10. All right, the clown is done. All right, any other killers? So far, we've kept the streak alive on all the killers we played. That's pretty cool. Does anyone else have a request? If not, I think I might play a Freddy match. Or maybe even a spring trap. The new killer is generating more hate than the damn clown. Which is crazy to me. I'd rather face this new killer than a ghoul, than a nurse, than a doctor. I cannot stand the doctor. I'm sorry. As far as playing him as a survivor, I don't like playing the doctor as survivor. Now he's fun to play on the killer side. Kind of. It's kind of oppressive though, man. It's like you feel bad for the survivors. All right. All right, let's try Freddy. If nobody else has any requests. And then I might try maybe playing somebody that I really don't know how to play. Two and 15. I haven't played Freddy much. I've probably got maybe a handful of matches under my belt. Literally what you see on screen, 15 kills is all I've got with this guy. That's it. But I really do like him as far as playing him as a killer. I do. Turn off my cam for just a second. When I turn off my cam, just look at that as me taking a break while not actually taking a break, all right? I don't smoke on stream. I don't promote smoking, and it's a habit that I'm about to try to break real soon. What do you think, Freddy? You think about these guys. 2 toolboxes and 2 medkits, huh? Oh boy. All right, where are they at? Where are they at? There they are. Oh, I didn't even see that pallet. Uh-huh. Made you hesitate, didn't it? Now, Rebecca. Oh. No idea how that missed, but okay. No idea how that missed either. Alrighty. Oh, I wasted it. Why is it? What you trying to do? Oh, you were trying to get rid of the hook? I got more over here. Don't know if I got a hook. Ooh. Be close. Oh, you're crawling in the wrong direction. You should have crawled into the corner where there was no hook. I knew I saw one over here. Smart drop. Smart drop. What am I stuck on? Yo, what the hell is this? I'm stuck. What is this? What the hell? No! Man, that made me lose so much time right there. Not to mention the fact that that gen is still almost done. That's garbage. What you got, dead hard? Oh, you little Oh. Two done. Yeah, I knew that was gonna cost me. Dude, really? Fucking pallets everywhere, man. Jesus. Alright, I've had enough of you. I've had enough of you.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Had enough of you. Dude, this is a nasty spread. Oh, there's the last gen right there. Oh, what is that? Good lord, man. Fucking A. You got to go. That's 3. GG's. G to the G. Hey, what's up, man? Uh-oh. They're not leaving. Oh, okay. Okay, I've gotten a lot of hate with Freddy. I've been called all kinds of things when I play with Freddy. So, I was expecting a big old paragraph to drop on there. Alright. Freddy keeps his streak alive. And that makes 19 kills on the record for him. Mono the Solo Dog just followed. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Good game from Sable. That's what's up. Good game. Good game, guys. Man, I tell you what. I love you guys that come in here from a game. You're good sports. You throw me a follow. Man, that's genuine, and it's just very kind of you to do so, and I do appreciate it. Yes, me and my family have been past Hobbit Town, never went inside to look though. Hey, what's up, Ape? How you doing, brother? Coffee secured. That's what's up. Very nice of you to throw me the follow. Especially in this game, because a lot of people are not so kind. So. Alright, that's the Freddy. Who else shall we run tonight? Any requests? Any requests? There are still some killers I have barely touched. How about the spring trap?
I'm the fun one.
You're the fun one. I don't know, Springtrap. You've made me lose some matches. You've had me lose some matches, my friend. But that doesn't mean you weren't fun to play, I guess. At the end of the day. Fair enough. Okay, it looks like I've already changed his build. I mean, might as well try it out. If you guys would like to see a killer, let me know. Let me know. I have ran, so far, we have ran. We started with Myers. We went to Chucky. We went to Demogorgon. We went to Pig. We went to Freddy. I think I'm missing one. Oh, Xeno. And we won every match with all those killers so far. We've kept the streak alive for all those killers. Now, oh, I gotta take Freddy off. Now, for Mr. Springtrap, I don't think we have a streak going for him. Oh, we do. A 2 streak. Now listen, I played Springtrap before I started keeping count of all my kills. So the 18 with him, it's not very close. I played him quite a bit back when he first dropped. Now, not when he first dropped. Actually, it was after he was nerfed 2 times. After the second nerf is when I was able to start playing him. So, you know, I understand him to a degree, and it's not like it's going to be my first rodeo, but I'm not going to say I'm good with him. I'm going to say I'm probably just meh. We'll see. Oh, I can turn my cam back on too. Sorry. Oh, a small map for a change? I'm surprised. They usually don't give me a small map. A damn door when I need one. Alright, what are they doing? They're just standing around over there. They're just standing around. Alright, we'll go upstairs. Nice catch. Nice lag.
Exquisite. Insolent whelp.
Upstairs. Sheesh, guys. How do I get up there? Really? You're gonna unhook him while I'm right there, bruh? Not the smartest play, my friend. Not the smartest play at all, and that wasn't a smart play either. I'm not falling for the locker trick, brother. Not happening. I hear you. No, you didn't. Silly. Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. Yep, you done fucked up. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's why I do that. It might make me look silly sometimes. It might not pay off all the time. But a lot of times, it does. We'll keep the axe on the ground for the speed. Oh, am I losing my mind? Seeing shit. We shouldn't really be chasing this long, however, she's running us back to the main area, so that's cool. God dang it, I thought that pallet was gone already. Oh, I hate that pallet. Yep. Didn't I get rid of this damn thing? That was a mistake. If I didn't. This is one of the nastiest loops right here. It really is. It's nasty. If you think you're getting that generator, you got another thing coming. Sure, I'll take the hit. I mean, I'll take every free hit y'all give me. I thought he was going to try to dodge it. Shit. Not good, not good. Wasted too much time. You guys are all injured and you're doing that? Okay. Sure.
Lay there and suffer.
And here's how we turned it into a slugfest. Because of bad plays. This guy used the windows for sure. Windows of opportunity, isn't it beautiful? %1,000% he's using windows. Look at this. Yeah, he knows where all the pallets are.
Bye.
Okay, they're going for the main. What was that? Why would you run right there? Why would you? Why would you do that? And now what? Now you gotta deal with me. What kind of play was that? Man, genius. She might get out. Yep, she got out. Okay, that's cool. Then you unhooked while I'm right here. What do you think I'm gonna do? Like, what do you think, man? What do you think's gonna happen when you unhook your teammate right next to the killer? I mean...
Do you feel that?
Alright, I don't know where I left the other one. Oh, yeah, I do. Alright, GG. I'm nervous to piece together anything because I'm not sure what to buy. What are we talking about? Oh, okay. You guys are talking about some stuff that I don't understand, probably. Springtrap. Pow! Yeah, I mean, there was just good games, bud. Great chases. Oh, that's what's up, man. There was some mistakes made. But it was fun. Oh, wow. 2 P100s. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. We all make mistakes, man. I make mistakes too, so. There were some mistakes made, but overall, they were trying their best. Bad Saboteur. Hey, what's up? We got some followers. Hey, thanks for the follow. Hey, hi from the noob of a fang. Oh, okay. So, are you newer to the game? Hey, listen. I made every mistake in the book when I first started playing this game. Every mistake, and I still make mistakes. So, yeah, there was some mistakes made. Some bad unhooks, some bad hits were taken. Yeah, I would say when you unhook, always try to do it when you're sure that the killer is not nearby, because that killer is going to follow up on that. I don't tunnel on purpose, but if somebody gets unhooked and I'm right there, oh yeah, I'm going to go for that chase. So I would just say, you know, there was a few mistakes made, but overall, I mean, that's how you learn. I've been playing for about 2 weeks. The rest of the group are like pros. That's what's up. That's what's up. And it was fun. I had fun. That is what's up. And thanks for being kind and coming in here and throwing me a follow. It's very nice of you. All right, so that's Mr. Springtrap. Let's add his tally up. And that's a 3 streak for him. Scoob screaming was the best of So Good games. That's what's up. I was doing a little screaming on my side too. I'm very passionate. I'll talk. Listen, and if you ever watch back on the gameplay, yes, you would probably consider it me talking shit, but it's just, I'm just, you know, in the moment, you know, when the game is going, but it's lighthearted. I'm not, you know, ain't nothing nasty or anything like that. It was fun. I had fun. And there was actually some good plays on y'all's parts as well. Okay. All right. Any requests? Do we have any requests? Good luck on yours as well. And thanks again for being nice and dropping the follow. Very kind. If not, I may call it there, guys. I did not plan on staying on too long today. Honestly, I was just going to react to that video I did at the beginning of the stream, then maybe play a few games, and I was going to call it there. Unless there's somebody that really wants to see me play a certain killer, I think I might call it there. Sundays is usually my day off. I was going to take the day off today, but I saw that video and I was like, man, I want to react to that while it's fresh in my mind. I did the react, and then we ended up playing way longer than I expected to, but it's been fun. RIP? Well, what's up, Ape? What did you want to do? Did you want to play some Survivor runs? I mean, I can hop over to Survivor. We can play a couple of games. I just don't want to be on all night, you know what I mean? I want to try to rest up for tomorrow, because tomorrow starts a whole new week, and then I'm live every night, you know? Oh, you guys died in the heist. That's what y'all are talking about. Golly! It's an honor to die at your side. Maybe I'll play a Ghostface. I don't know. Repo? It's up to you, brother. I'm down for anything. Probably best you rest up, Bray. To be honest with you, I agree, man. So that way I'm not burnt out. I'll be fresh for the week. For those of you who missed my reaction to the Dark Side of DBD, which was a video made by a smaller... I call him small. He's bigger than I am. And he's doing really well. And in fact, he just... I don't even think that channel's been live that long, and his videos are making a lot of getting a lot of views. So I'm sure he's excited about that. And I figured, you know, he probably wouldn't mind me reacting to his video, but if he does, he can let me know and I'll take it down out of respect, because I did not ask him, just because it was such a last minute thing. So if you didn't see it, maybe check it out at the beginning of the stream in case I have to take it down at some point. Yes, sir. Freshen up and back at it on Monday. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, listen, we got 40 people in here tonight, and I am very flattered at that. It's been a lot of fun. And the fact that you guys are in here on a Sunday night, it means a lot. It really does. I do appreciate the hell out of everybody that came through here. Everyone knows I just came here to harass Gray and have chat diarrhea in public. Listen, I appreciate you chatting in there. You know? It's good for the channel, even though you're a mod, so it doesn't really count. Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is, Tifa, I'm gonna have to take that wrench away from you. You're too valuable without it. I'm just kidding. It's a thought, though. It's a thought. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there. I don't want to push and then start playing sloppy because I'm ready to get off, you know? So I think we will call it there. Let's go check in on Ghostface. Well now, fancy seeing you here, Mr. Ghostface. How did I just know you were still going to be standing right there by that damn rock? You still left that survivor laying there on the ground after he pallet stunned you and flashed you with a flashlight. You slugged him, and you just been letting him sit there and bleed out while I've been live for 3.5 hours. I see what you're doing. Listen, man, here in the DBD world, they call that toxic behavior. You didn't have to leave him laying there that long, man. Just put his ass on a hook. Get it over with and move on. I know it sucks to get hit by a pallet. I understand your pain. But it's not necessary to be like this, okay? But listen, Ghostface, you have yourself a good one. Good luck on catching the other guys, because there's 3 more, you know. And to everybody that's been in here, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Hey, maybe tomorrow we can get on some games. I'll try to mix it up. We'll do some Killer and some Survivor tomorrow. Roasting yourself? What's up, Noted? Yeah, I know, man. But listen, guys. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday night. Tomorrow starts a new week. I hope you have a great Monday morning, afternoon, and then you'll see me in the night if you come through. Be safe, be aware of your surroundings, because killers exist out here in this real world, just as they do in Dead by Daylight. So always be aware of your surroundings. Take care of yourselves. And I hope to see you all right back here on the next Graybeard TV show. All right, y'all. Be safe. Get that shit. Shit, he's coming, eh? Why'd you break the goddamn... You played yourself. Hey! Where'd you come from? Son of a... Got me. He got me. Hello. That was a mistake. Now you gotta pay the price. There it is. Oh. Oh, there's still another one. I had no idea. You led him right to me! Why would you? Michael, oh my God, I'm so done with you. I'm so done with you, bro. I'm so done.
Friendship was done.
I'm so done.